So, ladies and gentlemen, I am going to do I'm coming live, and I'm not gonna be long. I think I'm not gonna be long because I got something to do about 11 o'clock. But I'm coming to show you guys how I make my glue wigs. Show you how I do my glue wigs or whatever may have you. So I'm gonna try to prop my phone up to the best of my ability, where y'all can see what I'm doing. Cause I want to bring my mannequin thing close. I may have to change the position of where I'm gonna have the phone at. Y'all gotta bear with me. So, what the word? So, y'all gotta bear with me. Cause I'm trying to position the phone. It sit straight for me. So now, let me see if that's good and see, can y'all see what I'm doing? Okay, let's see. Okay, hold on. It's kind of dark. So, hold up. I don't care. I want it full. Okay, now, bear with me so I can get it straight. So, I'm gonna show y'all how I make a glue wig on stretch. I want to show you all the tools that I will be using to achieve this look. I have a dome cap, so a spandex dome cap, brown. You can get it from your local beauty supply store for like $2. I got some hair. I got two different types of hair. I want to show you. I always split my tracks. This is I think F1B30, and I want y'all to see it. See, I split the hair because I don't like it bulky when I make wigs and things. I got some 27-piece hair, the edge 27-piece velvet Remy edge, ultra velvet Remy edge. It was $6.99 at the local beauty store. I got another pack which I'm gonna split this, and it's a FB133, I think, FF133B. So they're both 10-inch. So it says. I don't know how true that is, but it says they're both 10-inch. So I want to show you the tools that we will be using to achieve this wonderful style. And I don't know exactly how I'm going to do it, so I'm just going to go in and freestyle with it. But you're going to need you some glue. I got the Super Bond 30-second glue. So now, and I'm showing you the tools I'll be using to style it. I can't find my scissors, so I'm going to use my clippers to cut. Hold up, I'm going to use my clippers to here. Okay, I'm going to use my clippers to cut it. I'm going to show you what else you're going to need. You'll need your bed head, BEDHEAD head curlers, and they light up. Let's see. I can't remember the name of these flat irons, but these right here are the bomb. These are good for silk presses and stuff of that nature. They're the bomb. So, and you're gonna need your blow dryer and a comb. So what we're going to do first, because like I said, I really don't know exactly how I'm going to do this. I'm freestyling as I'm talking to you guys. but it's not going to be a long, tedious process. I put the T-pins in to hold it down. So, as y'all watching the video, you can give comments, whatever. You can give feedback. So, what I'm going to go ahead and do is split this hair right here, like I said, because I don't want it bulky. And everybody is not the same. So when I'm making styles or wigs or doing styles on people where they get hair, sometimes I split the hair because the hair comes thick and you don't want it thick. So it's too much. It'd be too much hair. So I'm going to split the hair on camera where y'all can see it. And you want to be careful. Some people use an what you call that, an eyebrow razor. To each his own. I don't have one of those. So I am using my razor. But at the same time, you still want to be careful that you don't cut yourself or anything of that nature. So I'm gonna throw the hair over my shoulder where it's easier for me to cut it versus doing all that extra stuff. Because we're gonna blend the two colors together, and I got the black. If y'all didn't see it, the 27 here is in the number 1, which is the black. So I'm gonna just go ahead and split this. I'm gonna use my other razor to split it because this one gonna take too long. And let me show you something. If you're trying to split it and you don't have nobody to hold it, you could take a T-pin or something. Just thought about it. Take a T-pin, put it in there, hold it smart, and just go from wherever you was gonna cut, wherever you started to cut it. Go from there, pick up, and start back cutting. Because the reality is, if you do it the right way, it shouldn't take long for you to cut it. But sometimes it takes a while if you're doing it by yourself. So you want to get a firm grip on it and gently work your blade over between the two wells, causing it to separate. And see, when you cause it to separate, you see how it's going? And you don't want to pull it, you want to glide it through the hair. So as you go, it's getting easier to do so. Where your piece stop that, you're going to come and pick it up. Be careful. How everybody doing? Hope everybody's day was wonderful. I appreciate everyone that is watching this, because I'm going to be doing this much more often. And this is mainly so for those that don't know what I be doing, or really don't think this is play to me. This ain't play. When you really want to perfect your craft, you're by any means necessary doing whatever it takes to get better. So you can't get better if you don't practice, study, and all those good things. So the last video I did some weeks ago, I showed y'all how I did my sew-ins on short hair, and maybe clients that don't have a lot of hair, or their hair is thinning or breaking off, or they're suffering from traction alopecia. I showed y'all that. So now I'm going to show you how I make a quick weave wig. And I still, like I stated, don't know exactly what I'm doing, how I'm going to do it, but I took my glue and made little lines so y'all can see it. Hold up. I made, nope. Let me pick the phone up there. Better. See, I made lines so y'all can see them. Okay, I made lines. So I'm going to show you the lines I made in the back of the head. See, I made lines. And these lines are just my indicator to where I'm going to lay the tracks. So let me prop the phone back up. And I appreciate everyone that's watching. So now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to finish splitting the track, like I said, because I don't want it to be bulky. Because if it's bulky, it makes no sense to have a thick weave. You always, whether you're making a wig, sewing a wig, gluing it, whatever, you want to have a undetectable weaver. A lot of people be having weave-in, and it's so thick and bulky it don't look natural. You want it to look like it's your real hair. Now people gonna know that you got some extensions in, but you want the illusion that it's your real hair. So you don't want it looking bulky. So what I'm gonna do is go back and forth between the two, and I'm gonna start laying the long hair first in my desired style. And I'm gonna go back and forth between the colors. So as y'all are watching, thank you for the heart, Johnny Winning, John C. Winnings. Thank you for the heart. And the thing is this: I am, anybody that know me or see me post stuff, I'm a color fanatic. I don't like just doing plain black hair. I just want some braids or a weave or all black. No, I like color. So I can talk you into getting a little color, a little sprinkle here, sprinkle there. I'm going to do it because I like, you got to step outside your comfort zone sometimes. And yeah, we know everybody's not into color. Woo, everybody don't like the colors. But sometimes a little color is nice. Depending on what you get. Now, you can't be dark as night with yellow hair. It just don't. Now, you can be dark skinned and get you some almost like yellow hair. But what I'm saying is, if you charcoal dark, no offense to us dark skinned people, because love us, but what I'm saying, you have to use wisdom in color, getting colors, especially if you know that it's not going to fit your skin and you ain't going to be able to rock it. Like, for example, some light-skinned folks, they shouldn't be wearing these bright colors. Just because you light-skinned don't mean every color going to fit you. Just like because you dark-skinned don't mean light colors ain't going to fit you. It's vice versa. You got to know what works for you, and you got to be confident in you. So if you get a color and somebody say, I don't like that, you be confident enough. If you like it, rock it. Like, I don't know if people can see it or not. You probably can't, but I'm going to show it to you. Like, where is it at? I got to get in some good lighting. Like, I cut my hair a couple of days ago, but my hair is bright on one side. Right here is bright, but the rest of it is dark. I always do something different because I believe that as a stylist, you are revamping your style on a regular basis. You're always going to revamp. And that's what I like to do. I like to revamp what I'm doing. Because when you're revamping your style, you always find a way to change up your look. And you're not changing your look. For me, it's not. So people are like, wow, that looks nice on you. I changed my look because the simple fact being, I like to be different. I like to do outside the box things. That's just my nature. That's just how I roll. So what I'm doing is still splitting it. But because I already have did my line and stuff, like I showed y'all, basically outlining where I think I want to put the tracks at, that is going to help me a little bit in my laying down the track process, because once you get the laying on tracks and you put them where you want them to be at and you place them, that's it, you in the game. So it's always the last little bit that gives you a problem when you kind of split and get the last little bit off. It be like hell in hot water trying to get it off, but it's gonna come. You just gotta be patient, and you gotta be very careful when you're using a blade to do this, because it's been several times I've done this and I actually like cut myself, like seriously, trying to be in a rush to do it and cut myself for what reason. So I'm gonna take my T-pin and put it back down here where I had it at originally, and I'm just gonna go through and split the last little bit of this so y'all can see. Okay, boom, it's split. So now what we're gonna do is start measuring. Most people they measure their tracks and then they begin to lay down the tracks. But for me, I'm gonna do something a little different. I gotta find my little cutting scissors that I had earlier. Hold on, you guys. I gotta find me some scissors. So I'm about to find me some scissors, because I'm going to need some scissors to cut the thing. Or I'm going to do so, I guess no scissors. So I guess no scissors, so I'm going to make it work to the best of my ability. And you can easily, because it's not hard to pop the tracks. Or you can take your blade and cut it. I'm just go through and measure out a couple of pieces, and I'm going to cut it with my blade. So instead of me doing like a one cut and paste, I'm going to put glue on it and go across the whole track well, and then glue it down and cut it. So what you want to remember in this process, do not put a lot of glue on the track. Put enough where we're here, but you don't want it where it's seeping on the hair. You want to keep it on the weft. See? Hold up. You want the glue on this part of this part. You don't want it down here, but here. So you want to make sure. I'm gonna put glue on a couple of pieces, so that way I can go from piece to piece, and I can just glue it down. That way it saves you some time. And you don't want to rush putting the glue on the track, because in you rushing, you can make a mess. So like this glue, it comes out quick and it dries quick. It's a 30-second super hair bond glue, professional speed. So that's the best glue to use for me, like when tracking tracks. And you want to go back, make sure you're not putting too much. You really ain't got to squeeze it, because it's coming out. Like this bad boy coming out, so don't squeeze it. So now what you're going to do is I'm going to put glue on 2 more pieces, but of the opposite color, the darker color. That's the light color. I'm going to do this piece, and we're going to show y'all how this process moves along, because I'm not going to take long doing this, because there's going to be 2 parts to this. I'm going to do a part 1, which you'll see me putting the tracks in for the most part. See? That's too much glue. Then I'll come back to a part 2 where you'll see me finishing it up and cutting it. So right now we're just gonna start off on part 1, which will be the laying of the tracks. You gotta be careful that you don't get glue everywhere. So I'm gonna lay that there. Get my blow dryer, plug it up, because you wanna pre-blow dry a little bit. Hear me. You don't want to blow dry your tracks completely. Just a little bit before you put it down. That way it's not tacky. That way it's a little tacky and it's not all over the place. So you got to be very, very, very careful with that. So see, I said a little bit. So now what I'm going to do is get my blades. Get my switch blades. And you're going to take, let me show y'all, because how this going to look is going to be nice. You're going to take and lay your track down right there. And you're going to take your blow, go back, you're going to lay your track down. You're going to press it in. And you're going to get your blow dryer and blow dry it. That way, so when you go to cut your track, cut it, this will not come up. So now once you do that, glory be to God, once you do that, you're going to go back through, and you're going to take, I'm going to show you, because it's a tedious process when you can't find your scissors. It's like, what the hell? It's like a process. So now this is the thing. I'm gonna look and see if I have anything that I can cut this with outside of this, because that's gonna be annoying to me eventually. Let's see, do I get anything I can use to cut it with? So since I don't, I'm gonna take and just slice it. You're gonna hold it like this at an angle, and you're gonna slice it. Slice the track wheel. So now this is the one that I glued down, but I gotta move it because it's not placed correctly. And sometimes you may have to move the track. Don't feel bad if you gotta move the track, move it. Cause I'm gonna go a little bit over the line. Cause see, the rest of them is gonna be in this bracket right here. So I want to show y'all. The rest of, see, right here, how it's this line. I'm gonna put them in that line, except for the first track is gonna go all the way across. So bear with me, cause I'm gonna be laying these tracks like it ain't nothing. I'm gonna just go through and just cut, just like I just did. You saw how I just lifted up and cut. I'm gonna go through and lay the tracks down. And I'm laying them over the line a little bit, like I said, but they're not going to be completely over the line. I'm laying them a little bit over the line. That way, when I go to put the rest of the hair in, it's going to lay perfect. So I'm just taking my time and putting the tracks down. Because y'all, as you guys are watching me, we are both together trying to figure out what style I'm going to create. So I don't know exactly what style I'm going to create. I'm laying the tracks and I'm going to work my way around. So after you do that, you're going to come on the side right here. You're going to come on the side right here. I want you to see it. So you're going to come on the side. Now, you saw that I laid this track on the side. And for those that are wondering, why would I start in the middle just to lay a track on the side? It don't make, you're going to find out, it may not make sense to you at the moment, but it going to make sense once you see the end result. So, and the reason I'm doing this like this is because I got to start it in the back, because where I'm trying to build at, I want body. I want it to have some volume. So I'm doing that like that. But then we're going to come back and follow the same procedure, just going across. So now what I did, and it's going a little bit over the line, and you're going to take it up. You do not want to put your tracks close together. We want to, that's why we split the tracks, because we didn't want it bulky. We wanted it to look natural. So, hear me, if you split your tracks and you still lay them close together, it would defeat the point of you splitting the hair. You want a natural feel. So you got to make sure, and when you lay your tracks, please make sure you lay them all in the same direction according to how your style is going to be. Because there's no way, and I can say this, you should not, if you got it going across like this, you're going to come and start putting, for example, you tracking it across like this, but now you want to start coming across like that. No, it has to be going somewhere. You have to make sure you got some type of pattern going, or whatever you're trying to do is going somewhere. And you notice how I'm just taking it, and I'm taking it and pulling it apart with no problem. It's not that hard. Because I'm going to show you where the 27 piece is going to come into play at. Because the 27 piece is going to come out to play. It's going to come into play. So now, I'm going to do the same thing with this here, since I don't have my scissors. But I'm going to measure this one. I'm going to measure it to where I want it to stop at. And I'm going to rip it. Measure. And each piece you may go longer than the original piece, or you may go do a little shorter. But for these, it's gonna be like a little bit of both. So I gotta remember. You have to remember where your guide is at for this and where you're going, because we are gonna make it look natural as possible. So now all you're gonna do is put more glue on your weft and just start laying it as so. Once again, I know y'all probably saying I said it like 4 or 5 times. I say it again. Please do not put a lot of glue on your track, because then it makes the track very hard. You gotta comb it. You gotta comb it because you don't put so much glue on it. It don't get on the hair. No, you don't want to do that. So you got to be very, very mindful of how much you put. But please put enough where it's gonna adhere and it's gonna stay. You cannot put a little bit of glue on the track welt and talking about my track slipping. No, your track slipping because you didn't put enough glue on it. And hear me, I want to give a fun fact about hair glue. A lot of people say hair glue bring people hair out. That is not true. And somebody may disagree with me, but hey, to each his own. Hair glue does not bring your hair out. You not properly taking it out brings your hair out. That's fun fact number one. Hair glue does not bring your hair out. Hair glue actually helps some people's hair grow, and it's a known fact. But the thing is, if you don't properly take the hair, take your tracks and stuff out, your hair gonna come out. Y'all, a lot of y'all sometimes have the tendency to just yank your tracks out, and then talking about my hair coming out. Your hair coming out because you're yanking your tracks out. So because you don't properly take your tracks out, what happens is you begin to pull your hair out. So now you blame the stylist or the person that's done your hair, whether it be your friend, somebody you went to, whoever. You start blaming them for your careless acts and deeds that you probably done this at home somewhere. You took it out. You didn't go back to whoever did your hair to take out to get help taking it out because you didn't want to pay no money. So you took the cheap route with your cheap self, and you went home and did it. That's cheap 101. If you know it's a style that you paid somebody to put in, let's be clear about it. You want to make sure your tracks is dry before you start. That's another thing. Please make sure your tracks is dry before you start going in, because we be going in when I'm doing people weave and stuff. You start combing and the track starts slipping. You're like, oh, hold up. You run to get the glue. Hold on, I gotta put some more glue on it. No, wait till it dry. We all guilty of that, because I know I'm guilty of that. I put people tracks in, I start combing. I'm like, ooh, these tracks look nice. I gotta comb it. Not realizing I did not give it the proper amount of time to dry. So if you see your weft is coming up, that means you did not put enough glue on it. But I say it again. Stop saying hair glue brings people hair out when sometimes you don't take your tracks out the proper way. You snatch them out and your hair come out. So the first thing we like to say is, oh, that stylist brought my hair out. You took your tracks out. You yanked them out. They didn't yank your tracks out because a real professional, anybody that know what they're doing, they get some shampoo, conditioner, or whatever, and they wet your hair and they put some oil or whatever they need to put in your hair to slide them tracks out, and them tracks start sliding out. Now you don't know what you're doing. You need to just stop. Wait till you go back to your stylist and get them to take it out. Sometimes it's just pure laziness. Let's be clear. Let's be honest about it. Sometimes it's just laziness. It ain't that your hair coming out. You just lazy. You don't want to take the tracks out the proper way. You don't want to pay nobody. So you just start yanking stuff out. Then you try to blame the person and say they did it. But no, the truth of the matter is it was just pure laziness. It's laziness. So I'm about to say let this preacher, let this man tell you some sure enough facts. I've seen people with my own eyes cake glue on top of glue on top of glue on top of their hair and have the nerve to say, well, my hair coming out. Duh. Your hair coming out because you are not doing properly taking care of it. You're snatching tracks out. You're doing piling glue on top of it. So of course your hair will fall out. That's just common sense. And we know common sense ain't so common. But some stuff, y'all, it's not rocket science. You know, if you keep piling stuff on your hair and you don't never do nothing with it, your hair gonna fall out. You know that. If you don't never do your hair gonna fall out. Come on. If you don't never put no maintenance to your hair, try to do anything to your hair gonna fall out. You gotta touch it. Or not, I just slap my hand in a ponytail. And you wonder why your hair not growing because you're not taking care of it. You have to do maintenance like a car. Maintenance. People. Say it with me, people. Maintenance. You gotta do maintenance on your hair. So now, hold on. Now what I'm gonna do is blow dry it before I try to comb it because I don't need no tracks slipping. So you want to make sure you blow dry it real good. So I want y'all to see what it's looking like so far. So this is what it's looking like so far. So now what you want to do is take your comb lightly, because it still may not be completely dry. Take your comb. Okay, there's a piece back here that I'm about to deal with. So now if you feel through it and you find a piece or you feel a piece that might be up, however you want to put it, it might be up or it might be slipping. It's easy. All you gotta do is come and put more glue on it. But you gotta find out where the piece is at. Please don't just be going home slapping glue anywhere. Talking about, there you go. Then you wonder why you got a bald patch in your head. Don't do that. Don't do that. That's craziness. Cause when you start doing stuff like that, I'm gonna tell you the truth. And I love the people that are watching. So I'm gonna tell you the truth. When you just start piling glue on your head, cause you got a track slipping, and you know how people do. Hold up, there you go. And push it down. No, you gotta make sure you ain't just piling it on your head. Cause when it cake up and you try to take it out, and you got bald spots, you got patches and stuff, you wanna be talking trash, but no. You the one caking this glue up on your head. You want just doing whatever you want to do out here in these streets with your head. Because you got to make sure you know what you're doing. Because if you don't know what you're doing, get somebody that know what they're doing. Don't, look, here. Don't be cheap to the point where you neglect your hair. Instead of you going to somebody that know what they're doing. I ain't giving nobody no money. I ain't this, I ain't that. And the whole time, you could be avoiding all this extra stuff that goes on behind the scenes with your head. You can avoid it. And the reason why you can avoid it, because if you just simply, and I'm going to say it again, all you got to do is simply let somebody tell you something. No, you too busy trying to think you know more than what you know, and half the time, we don't be knowing nothing, really. But we be running our choppers like we know something. So you can't tell the person that's doing your hair how to do your hair. Because if you knew how to do hair, you do your own hair. Now, on the flip side of it, you got some stylists that say, hey, I don't want to do my own hair. I'm going to go to somebody else. You can't go to somebody else and get your hair done and you directing them the whole time while they're doing your hair. That ain't how that works. No, you trust them enough to come get your hair done. Your job, hear me and hear me clearly, your job is not to be directing them. They're not just starting. They know what they're doing. Now, if it's something that they have never done before, then you may say, well, I want to show you exactly how I want you to do it. That's different, but you don't direct the stylist on how to do your hair. That's a no-no. If I am doing your hair and you start to do that, that lets me know you could have done your own hair. Because you know more than me at this point. and you doing your A's and your Z's, you doing from start to finish. You trying to read them and wheat. You trying to write your own little thing out, tell me what to do. That means you can do it yourself. Because it's disrespectful when a stylist is doing someone hair and the client is telling them, oh, put the track like this. No, put the braid like this. No, your job is not to tell me to put nothing. Your job is only to show me what you want and tell me exactly how you want it done. And my job is to deliver if the style looks right on you. Because I ain't going to do a style on you that I know going to look ugly. Because you're not going to embarrass me and say, oh, well, that man did my hair. No, I didn't. I don't know where you went to get your hair done. Because, understand, we'll do styles on people because they request it and it look ugly. And I understand you say it. Sometimes people request some of the most ugly hairstyles, and you know it's gonna look ugly. But because they don't sent you that big amount of money, they don't sent you a nice little chunk of change. So here you go. Like, well, dang, they don't sent me some money, and I ain't never had nobody pay me this much for this. And you know good well it's gonna look ugly on them. And you take the money and you still do it. That's a no-no. My brand, my name, what I'm trying to build for me is more important than a dollar. Because I'm going to get money. As they say, everybody, I'm not going to do a style in your head that I know is going to look right. And then let you walk out there looking crazy. Because now, it's something wrong with me. And the reason it's something wrong with me because if I had enough respect for myself in the beginning, so I'm turning around to the front. So I'll see come and start working my way back at the front. Sliding back. Because it's going to be bad, man. So, you're going to go across the front of your forehead. And what you're going to do, you're going to space these out across the front. You're not even going to put them close together because you don't want your front. Now, if you have something like this happens where the glue has gotten caked up right there, spread it with the blade, like I just did, spread it, take it, and relay your track down. You're going to relay your track because you don't want it looking messy, and that was looking messy. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you, and I'm moving pretty fast with the length of these tracks. At the front, you want to take your tracks at an angle. So I don't want to go like directly over the line. I want to go a tad bit, not like directly over it, but I want to angle. I want to angle the tracks, and you see how it's falling. I want y'all to see how this is falling, because as we're doing it, we're not going to style or cut or none of that until the next video. But the only thing we're going to do is lay these tracks. So, and we still got a lot of hair left. So what we're doing now is going in I'm curving the tracks around where it's going to create my circle and all that. So take your time, put the glue on your track. Like I said, you don't want to put too much glue, but you want enough where the tracks are going to adhere to your wig cap, your dome cap, whatever cap you're using. You want to make sure the tracks are going to stick to it. So now I'm going to come around, bring it all the way around like this, and I'm going to cut it. So y'all may be trying to figure out how I'm going to do this. Easy, I'm going to do it like that. Just take, and I'm not going to comb it, because every time I try to comb the track, it starts slipping. So what I am going to do is blow dry these tracks. So I'm going to do every other track, or every 2 tracks I blow dry. Press it firmly to make sure it's in. It's secure. And so far, this is what it's looking like with the colors blending together. what you gonna do? Cause I may have here leftover. I would like to hope. Well, but you don't know. We don't know. So what we're gonna do? I'm building the front of the face. I want it to have volume, just like the back. But the front is gonna be space. Cause we don't want the front of the head to be heavy. The front of the wig to be heavy. So you want to balance the weight out where it's not as heavy, but it's gonna speak a better choice of words. The front gonna talk to me. I need it to talk to me, so I'm gonna take my cut it like I just did, and I'm gonna lay it across the very front where I'm building my anchor at. And you're gonna take your time. Don't rush. Do it, cause you got some people you laying them tracks down quick. I ain't gonna rush. I can, but for this particular style, I don't want any glue on the hair, so I got to like take my time with this. And I'm gonna keep going till I get where I want it at, and I'm spacing it because I don't want it full in the front, but I want it to have the illusion that it's full without actually having all those tracks. So I hope that as I'm doing this, you guys are seeing my method of how I lay my tracks, because everybody lays their tracks different, and that's the good thing about it, because you can learn different techniques from different people. Your technique may be different. They may say, well, I like my technique, but I want to try your technique on how you lay tracks. So, and I'm going to take this T-pin and press it in there to hold that down. I'm going to take this other T-pin to press it in here to hold this down. So it's going to get it dry on without me having to keep cutting the blow dry on in 5 seconds. So I'm going to just put enough glue on it, and I'm going to let it do what it do. So that's what we're going to do. Just keep going. And after I get to a certain point, I'm going to pause and switch to the 27 pieces. So I'm going to keep working my way around. Forget about the fact that we actually put the T-pins. Don't worry about that. That ain't going to affect what we're doing. We just keep going. Keep going. And see, you're going to gather more hair and just keep going. So as you're going, you're getting like an idea of how you want it. So I want y'all to see. You see this? This is pretty. So when I cut it, I don't know exactly how I'm going to cut it, but I'm going to show y'all something. And y'all going to be like, wow. So now. Oh. So this is how it's looking. By the time we finish, it's going to flow. It's going to flow, all going to fall to the side. And when I go through with my clippers and I cut it, you're going to be like, wow. Because we're going to have some fun with this. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little bit of glue on this. I'm not going to glue the whole thing down because I have to put the other thing. And I'm going to take my blow dryer behind it. Actually, take my blow dryer behind it. And you want this completely dry. So you want to make sure it's completely dry. Now the piece right here that I just ripped it into two because I'm going to double it. And see, when I say double, I'm not putting them both in the same spot, but I'm doing two two pieces. So I'm gonna start with this one. Lay it straight across here. Two. I'm gonna lay it straight across here. Hold on, you guys. So look. So I remember when I first started growing the tracks, because the first thing I learned how to do was the tracks. Like literally. I did this young lady's sister head. I won't say name for several reasons. Out of respect for people's privacy and all that. And I did, she had hit me up, and I never actually like did someone hair. I was doing like people here in my community where I used to live at in Hollywood Hills. But it wasn't like doing somebody here for real, like for real. I just knew the basics. I didn't know what I was doing. So she's like, my sister wanna know how much you charge for braids. Now mind you, I never done braids at that time. So she's like, how much you charge for braids? And now I can braid, but my thing, I can do like box braids, micros or whatever. So I'm like, I don't know, I gotta see her hair first before I determine what I can do to it. So she's like, okay. Now I call her harassing. And I ain't ashamed to say it. I called her harassing because she was like bothering me. She was like, so what can you do to it? And I'm like, yo, I gotta see her hair. I can't tell you what I can do to her hair. And I haven't seen it, because the reality is I can't make my analogy or whatever off of something I haven't seen. I can't really give you a full synopsis of something and I haven't seen it. So I get to her house that day. I get off the bus with her. Hope you're not watching, but if you is, sorry, gotta tell it. She says, she pulls me to the side to show me her sister hair. And you guys, I cannot make this stuff up. Her sister had no hair, none. And so I'm like, let me say y'all, I'm like this. Like lost. Like, what I'm supposed to do? Now mind you, I was just starting, so I didn't know what to do. I'm like, what am I gonna braid? Like, I set some glue braids up there at this point, but like, in all reality, what am I gonna braid? She had hair like right here, just right here. So I'm like, and I was like saying to myself, I didn't say it out loud because you gotta be, even if it's the truth, you gotta know how to say stuff without hurting people or offending people. So I'm like, what am I supposed to do? And she says, okay, I want tracks. I'm like, oh, okay, no problem. It ain't that hard to lay tracks. So I assume it ain't that hard to lay tracks. It's just tracks. Okay, no problem. We can do some tracks. We go to the store. We pick out the hair. Now y'all know, everybody knows the hair where it comes with the 3 layers in it, and you just put it in, boom, in a little shiny closure. Centerpiece. Everybody know that hair. Because everybody at one point in time done had that hair. If you ain't always been balling with money, you done had that hair before. So look, we get in there, we done got 3 packs of hair. I'm not realizing that you only need 1 pack. We done got like 3 packs. And I done used all 3 closures, not realizing I didn't need it. So I'm like, dang. So in the midst of me doing her hair, she's like, oh, I love it. Done cut the bang and all that. And that was my first time like ever actually doing somebody's hair outside of my people that I actually like knew. And I was surprised because y'all can't tell me nothing now. I know for a fact now you don't got to use no 4 or 5 packs to get a style done. Back then, I was having people spend money because I didn't know. I didn't know that you didn't need all those many packs to get what you need to get done. I didn't know that. See, but now that I do know that, I don't do that no more. So I tell people, I give people the flip side. Look, you can get the same hair, sis, and you ain't got to spend all that money. Get the same hair. You can split the hair, make it do what it do if you're on a budget. Because you know you got folks that be like, I'm on a budget, and be having $200 worth of hair. Could have fooled me. Because if you're on a budget, you ain't gonna come to me with no $200 worth of hair. You're not on a budget. That's just the facts. You're not on a budget. And that ain't proper analogy used, but you's not on a budget. You got money. So I say I got money to blow. You got money to blow. You come in here with $200 worth of hair, trying to get me to put it in for some chump change. It ain't gonna happen. You got to understand. Sometimes you are on a budget and you don't have it. That's understandable. But what we have to really take account of the time it takes to do stuff. Cause yeah, it may be something simple, but it takes time for that person or individual to do that. So you still gotta understand they time costs. Like their time is money. Well, it may have took them 30 minutes to do it. 30 minutes ain't long, but still it was time. They could have charged me $20 and ain't gonna do it. Because in your line of work, your boss is not, you're not gonna work all them hours and your boss gonna give you $20 for the whole week. You gonna flip what? Flip sugar and icing. You ain't gonna be down for the cause. So what you gotta understand is you can't expect other people to be down for the cause when it comes to their money, their coins. No, this is how a lot of people eat. And the thing I don't understand, I'm gonna say this, and this year I'm not holding back on nobody. This year I'm not apologizing to folks for being honest. A lot of y'all on this hair page, y'all be waiting to attack folks. Y'all be trying to bully folks to taking their prices down. It ain't gonna happen. Y'all are some internet thugs, some internet bullies. Let's be clear about it. I'm gonna talk about it. It's a shame that we African American people be online on the internet trying to bully folks. And I'm gonna tell the truth of the matter, because a lot of y'all on this hair page tried to I don't know, y'all thought y'all was clowns. You thought you were hilarious. You wasn't. Look, a lot of y'all have been trying to, I guess, bully me to stop me from doing hair, or people been talking about you. Look here. People gonna talk about me, you, whoever. They gonna talk. It is what it is. It shouldn't matter what they gonna say, how they gonna say it, because at the end of the day, hell, they are talking about Jesus, so I expect you to talk about me. But the thing is, when you spend out of 24 hours of your day, most of your time, running your choppers about me, that let me know you ain't got nothing better to do with your time. Because I'm that important for you to be talking about me. Something wrong. I shouldn't be the focal point of your day. No, you need to get you some hobbies. Get you something going for yourself. And stop running my name in the mud, okay? Get you a hobby. Because the way y'all be coming on here talking about folks and trying to thrash folks and take them in the mud, or whatever reason it may be, y'all need to grow up, because a lot of y'all are internet thugs and internet bullies. Let's just be clear about it. How in the hell y'all trying to bully people? Like, no, just because somebody say, well, my price such and such, oh, well, so-and-so charged me such and such for it, okay, why you don't go back to them? Let's be clear. Go back to the person that gave you the deal of a lifetime. Go back to them. Because the problem is, you telling somebody what Sue and all them other folks charge you, we don't care. They charged me $15, okay, that was their business. They charged you $15. Nobody else cares. Period. They charge you $10. They charge you $2. That's their business. I ain't charging you no 10, 5, 2, or 20 freaking dollars. No, if it's something that's worth more than $20, I'm gonna charge you. And if you can't afford to pay it, don't sit your behind down. Talking about, can you running a special? No. You got a discount? No. There's no discounts this year. I'm sorry. There's no specials. There's no discounts. I'm trying to be a legitimate business owner. I'm not trying to be no hood stylist. I'm trying to be up there with the big time people. I'm trying to work my way to the top. So I don't need people coming trying to harass me thinking you're going to bully me out of doing something. Let me explain something to you. There will never be anybody that's going to bully me or come for me and think. Hold on, you guys. What's up? I'm doing my live video. What's up, I'm back, you guys. Like I was saying, y'all need to think about this, because there will never be a time that anyone is going to bully me. And y'all think that'd be cute on here harassing folks and trying to tear folks down, their character, and demean folks. Look here. Something wrong with you that you think in your mind, in your rabbit, you know what mind, you thinking that it's okay to be on here harassing folks. I done seen y'all harass folks something serious on here because of their business and how they operate. You can't get mad with somebody for what they charge or how they operate. If they say late fees, this, that, and third, that's their business. Late fees. You don't argue with the cable people when they say you don't pay your cable bill on time. Ma'am, sir, there's some late fees. Phone bill, late fees. Car note, late fees. Everything has a what? Late, F-E-E, fee. So why in the world you mad with the stylists because they got a late fee charge? They want to charge me a late fee? Oh, no. Look here. That's their business. Everything has a late fee charge. Like, period. Y'all be, like, for real, y'all be making me mad with the craziness. Y'all on here harassing folks and y'all running people's names through the mud. Like, come on. But the moment somebody call y'all out on it, y'all ready to fight. No, don't fight. Take the truth and let it be what it's going to be. Y'all are harassing people and it's annoying. Stop harassing people. Cause I had people that would get under my post while I'm trying to be productive with my Black Lives Matter self and doing something and start craziness. Oh, I was just trying to help you out. No, it's the difference between you trying to help a person and y'all trying to kick somebody. Y'all jokers be thinking you trying to kick me, but let me tell you something. Once again, there will never, ever be an opportunity to kick me because my focus is my business. My focus is helping other people do what they do. If I see somebody doing something, I ain't gonna be a hater. Cause see, you can't get nowhere hating on people. That's why a lot of y'all ain't going nowhere because you're a hater. You hate on folks. You're jealous. Why are you mad with them? Cause they coming up. They coming up and you like mad. You pressed. Why are you pressed about somebody else coming up? You supposed to get on board. You got to get on board. Help. You see somebody trying to come up and they trying to do something productive with their life. Don't hate on them. Congratulate them. Like, that's good you're trying to do something. You got a lot of people out here selling drugs, robbing, killing, stealing, all this. But you got people out here trying to do something productive with their life. And y'all sitting there hating on folks. Like, come on. Don't do that crab-like stuff. That's a crab mentality. You hating on the next somebody because they coming up. But understand, you don't know what it took them to get there. I ain't trying to preach, but I'm just being real. People on this here page, a lot of these people put their hard-earned money into starting their business. They didn't have no help. They came straight out of pocket to get everything they got to get their business started. And here y'all black folks talking about Black Lives Matter, trying to kick these jokers, trying to kick a joker, or kick a nigga, while a nigga trying to make a come up. No, I have no respect for people like that. I don't. You don't know what it took that woman or that man to get their business started or even try to start a business. So the fact that they doing that, you should be in a place in your life where if you ain't trying to build somebody up, you're going to keep your mouth closed. A lot of y'all talk too much. And I said you talk too much because you worry about everybody else's business. And y'all talking about you're a professional. When you professional and you're about your business, drama, you're not going to be found in. So don't be hollering you're a professional and every time I turn around, you in drama. Ain't nothing professional about that. You want people to jump on your bandwagon and support your business, but you in drama all the time. Ain't nobody supporting that. People ain't gonna support drama. Real people that's really out here making money moves, and they are productive about their business, they ain't gonna be tied or connected to anybody with drama. That's how you can tell those that's really about their coins and their money, and those that just trying to get a come up off of the next somebody. Understand, ain't nobody ever gonna come up off of me. I'm sorry. You ain't gonna use me, you ain't gonna get nothing off of me. If it ain't an even exchange, you ain't getting nothing. You gotta be around people that not just taking from you, but they adding to you. And the thing is, y'all gotta forgive me because I felt the preacher in me. The thing is, everybody has a need. So if I'm connected to someone, it's a give and take. I have something they need and they have something I need. It's not no gimme. No. What can I add to you and what can you add to me? That's the season that we're in. Business owners, people that have business ideas, if the people around you are not adding to you, you got to start cutting people out your circle. If every time you turn around they want a free hookup, girl, hook my hair up, girl. Girl, can I get a free do? No. The season for free stuff is over with. Hear me, people that's in business. Mama, daddy, cousin, auntie, uncle, all of them, Ray, and everybody. Pookie and all them folks. That season of milking, prostituting, pimping me for what I can do, that season over with. You can't let your people pimp y'all. Y'all work hard for what you got. A lot of y'all on here, if you don't do hair, you're in another form of business. Whatever you're in, you do it well. And a lot of y'all, I love all y'all that's on here. I love, especially Miss, I can't pronounce your name to save my life, but Miss Winning. She always, I've been watching her work, and she does amazing work. She does top dollar work. The other lady, Miss Chelsea, Natels, Miss Chelsea, she does amazing work. A lot of these people on here does amazing work. So why would people want to lowball these people or try to get something for nothing? These people put the time in. Some of these people, nobody taught them. They had to go on YouTube. So you have put in time, money, energy, sweat, and tears, and all this to push a vision, and now you're going to allow people to come and try to milk you? Y'all better wake up in this season. This is not the time to be playing dumb. This is not the time for that. If they're not adding to you, you got to cut them off. It don't matter how long y'all been cool, but if they're not adding to your business and what you're doing, you got to ask yourself, what purpose is they serving in my life? Because everything has a purpose. So if they're not serving a purpose, you got to wash your hands with them. And it ain't because you think you better than them. Let's be clear about it. That's not it. You're just cleaning out your circle. Because everybody that's in your circle ain't really there for you. Anyway, that's a whole nother story. People are there for a come up. And if you're not paying attention, you're going to start giving help to the wrong people. So you got to be careful in this season of your life who you giving help to. Well, we've been cool for forever. Well, forever don't last always, okay? That's it. Our time up. We gotta part ways. And sometimes parting ways with people, whether it be business, your personal life, however the chips fall, it ain't easy. But let me tell you something. Let me tell you a little something about that. It's okay to be upset that you gotta part ways with people. Cause I know sometimes I'll be like, dang, I thought we was cool, but the reality is, where you going at in life, they can't go. Some of y'all may get that later. You can't take everybody on your bus. Your bus, you got one of those small buses that fit 4 or 5 people. You trying to take 50 people. You are at full capacity. You cannot take nobody else on your bus. And what you gotta understand is, people have, their time has come and gone. People have served their purpose. And you got to know when it's time to cut people off and let people go. Because the thing is, if you keep helping the same people and don't nothing in their life, don't nothing with them change, and they still got the same problem, it's because they're not trying and they're just looking for an outlet. You're their outlet. You're their go-to. And there's no more outlets in this season. They got to get it for themselves, and they got to want it. I know I'm gonna mess people up with this, but folks gotta want it. You cannot want something. You can want sucker folks, but if they don't want it, it's a waste of time. I want to see you have the best life. They don't want the best life, so you sitting there pleading like Keith Sweat on bending knee for them to have the best everything, and they looking you in your face while you trying to push them to start their business. You pushing them to be productive, to have stuff, and they will look you in your face and still say, I don't want that. You gotta understand, everybody don't want what you want. So you can't keep holding on to people in your life that don't want nothing. People that have made up in their mind that they're okay with not having. If you get around folks that's okay with not having anything, oh, that's a problem. That's a major problem. Because if you're not mad about not having something, that is a problem. And the thing is, so now we laying the 27 piece. And the thing is, glory be to God, I'm starting like this. The thing is, when you in your business or in whatever you're trying to do, you got two types of people, those that are for you and those that are just riding on your coattail. We have allowed people to ride on our coattail so long till they feel like they got a free pass. No, nigga, you don't got a free pass. And I said nigga, yes I did. And I ain't apologizing for it because the truth, we do nigga stuff. I'm going somewhere. I'm trying to get you to go somewhere. You don't want to go nowhere, so why am I going to keep pulling you like a horse? You trying to get the horse to go. And the horse ain't moving, ain't budging. The horse is just content. The horse has no desire to yippee up, yippee-yi, yippee-yay, giddy up horsey, no nothing. But you are still sitting there saying, oh, I'm going to make this horse do this. I'm going to make this. You cannot keep trying to make people go somewhere they don't want to go. That is a sad mistake a lot of people make. Where they say they want to go, no they don't. They say that because they don't want you to leave. They don't want you to stop pushing them, but they don't want to do nothing. Hear me. You got to be careful with folks when you trying to come up. You got folks that'll tell you all kind of reasons and excuses to stop you from coming up because they don't want nothing. How you going to try to stop me because you don't want nothing? What the world? You sitting there don't want nada. You don't want speak spaghetti. You don't want nothing. But now because I want something, you mad with me because I got goals and ambitions. How that work? I'm going to help somebody in a minute. You got to be around like-minded people. You say what you trying to do and they say the opposite, them ain't the people for you. If you say, girl, I want to do A, B, C, and they say, girl, how you going to do it? Them the people you need to be with. So what I'm going to do, I saw this lady do this. I saw a lady do this. She took and she put glue like on 4 pieces and she laid it part the way down and then she went back and glued it one by one. So I'm going to do that. That's going to help speed up some of my process of laying the tracks. So I'm going to put some glue down a tad bit, not a lot because I don't want glue on, get on the hair. But I'm going to put just enough right there and I'm going to lightly blow dry it. And I'm going to lay my pieces. But what I'm telling you is, if you want something in life or you trying to do things, be around like-minded people. That's all. Just be around like-minded people. People that have the same interests you have. They got the same zeal you got for life. They want stuff. You want people that want stuff. You don't want people no more in your life that they just there. They taking up space. They don't want nothing. They just taking up space. And I can see it with no problem. Because when people in your life and they're just taking up space, it don't benefit nobody. It don't benefit you or them. Because it's like now they're holding you back from getting what you need to get because you putting your life in part trying to help them. When the reality is they first must help themselves. They first must want it. Because you can try to spoon feed it to them like a baby. But if they don't want it, You wasting your time. And I'm talking to somebody that may be watching. You may be trying to help somebody right now in this current season to get an idea off the ground. They may say, I got about 4 or 5 business ideas. You may be trying to help them, but you notice they ain't making no moves. They ain't making no steps to do nothing. That's an indicator you need to let them be until they're really ready to make that move. Because I know, for me, I've tried to help people, whether it be just encouraging them or whatever, and then they go back and do the same thing, and then they get mad with me because they getting the same results. But you went back to do the same thing, so it's not my fault that you got the same results. That's the first thing. Secondly, you the problem. You the problem. Because see, if you trying to help somebody, whether it be business or whatever, you trying to help somebody come up or whatever, you gotta understand, some people is not gonna accept the fact that you're trying to help them. They're like, oh, you trying to tell me how to run my business. Nigga, I'm trying to tell you how to get some money in your pocket. I'm trying to tell you how to get these coins. So the fact that you don't want me to tell you how to get these coins, that's crazy. Because, look here, you've been there longer than me, so I should be using my common sense and trying to glean what I can from you because you done been in business longer than me. So my job is not to try to outdo you, but hey, is there anything that you can teach me since you done been in business for years? Is there anything that I can learn from you? And you got some people that will take the time to teach you. Then you got some that say, hey, you're going to have to pay for it. Either way, they're willing to work with you to get you the knowledge that you need for the things that you need. The problem is with us, we don't want nobody to tell us nothing. So instead of us having what we need, a lot of times we don't have it because of the fact of ignorance. We don't take the time. Like, this stuff is out here. The information, all that is out here for us, but we don't take the necessary time to sit and listen to somebody that done been in the game or been there longer than you. They got experience. They got OJT on the job training. You fresh out the womb. You ain't got no training. You still a little jitterbug. They done put their feet in the water. They done been in the pond, all that, and you still out here trying to do your own thing. Like I don't need nobody help. That's the number one problem with us black folks. We don't need nobody help until we need help. I don't need nobody help. Understand? In this business, you don't need help. Like, there's a lot of women on this here page that I look at their work and I look at how they do things and I take notes. I take notes, visual notes. I see how they, whether it be track placement, I take notes. Because there's something that they may do or say that I may be able to use in my business. Now, what we have to understand, I'm going to help somebody understand, is this. Everybody way of working is different. So you can't get mad because they operate a little different than you do. But it's going to serve a purpose. It's going to help you. It don't matter if their thinking process is a little different than yours. It serves a purpose. It's going to help you if you allow it to help you. So we're going to keep laying our tracks. And I'm going to take my razor and come across the shaft a couple times so I can lay that. I need this back. I want y'all to see the back of it. So I'm going to pick it up so you can see the back. I want y'all to see it. Hold up. Get it in some good lighting. Let's see, no. Cancel. I'm trying to slide, no. Let's see. Nope. So, look, I want y'all to see. You see how the tracks are laying in the back? And I want to put it in the light. Over here in the light where you can see it. So, you see that, how them tracks are laying? That's what I'm doing. I'm laying the tracks in that manner. So, I want to make sure it's in the light and y'all can see exactly what the word I'm doing. So now what I'm doing, since I did that, I'm going to take my piece that I pressed in. So I'm gonna do the same thing. Now you saw that I cut the two pieces. I'm gonna go and put glue on both pieces.
Hey.
So as you putting your glue on the piece, on your pieces, you wanna make sure you don't put it where it's seeping through, cause that I ain't with that. And it's already like seeping through one of them, and I ain't with it. So we're gonna do that, and I'm gonna take these, do the same thing I would do with the big ones. I'm gonna take and just lay it across, and you working your way up. And as you're working your way up, you're gonna just take and put a little bit across. You can do it that way too, however, but it's up to you. So as you lay your track, you want to make sure to firmly press it in. You can use your finger, or you can use a comb or something if you don't want the glue on you. Because those folks like, I don't want the glue on me. You use the comb, but we're going to keep going. And I'm going to end in about 10 minutes. I'm going to end the live, and I'm going to finish the rest of laying the tracks and stuff. And then I'm going to come back. I'm going to come back and do the styling portion of it. So I'm going to continue to lay the tracks, and then in about 10 minutes I'm going to get off and finish putting the tracks in and do what else I need to do. And then I'm going to come back when I get ready to cut it and stuff. So I won't cut it so y'all can't see it before y'all can see it. So I'm going to cut it when I come back on the live. I'm going to cut it when I come back on the live. So that way I won't rob you guys of seeing me cut it. Y'all can tell me what you think. So far, this is what it's looking like. And you want to lay your tracks close to your long pieces, like right by where there's no tracks showing. That is a rule. That is rule uno. Numero uno. You gotta make sure your tracks is not showing. And you want to make sure when you do it, you covering it up where you don't see it. So be careful. And I'm gonna take my blade and cut this in half. So and it'd be a lot better if I had the scissors, because this is craziness. So over the pausing of putting the rest of these tracks in, I'm gonna go look for them scissors because I need them. Because this is craziness. This is craziness, people. But I'm glad that y'all watching this video, this live feed, because I know it's some stuff that's being said that we all can benefit from. So as you see, I'm laying the tracks close. I'm laying the tracks where they're not gonna come up, and I need the tracks like the seat. I need it to be like in between that here. I'm gonna pull it up, and I'm gonna take my comb, cause time is ticking or whatever. So I'm gonna lay this down so you can see what I mean by it. See how that is blending with it? Boom. That's how you want it. You want it to blend in with it. So when you go through and you do your cutting and all that, everything is gonna blend in as one. And we still using nothing but the 2-inch. We're not using 3-inch because that's unnecessary cutting. I'm using 3-inch for something else. So Oh my God. I shouldn't have did that. But look, I'm doing this. And sometimes you can do this depending on if you're good at it. But if you're not good at it, just stick to your basic way of putting them tracks in. I am good at it somewhat, but sometimes I have my good and my bad with it. So I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna blow dry it. And you're not gonna completely blow dry it. So I got 5 minutes, people, and I got to go. So when I come back, y'all gonna see me cutting it. I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna really like finesse it with the clippers. I'm gonna put a guard on the clipper because I don't want to accidentally mess it up, because if I mess this part up, I don't want to have to go back if I mess it up and fix it. So I'm gonna make sure the tracks is covering the track before the previous track, and that's the thing. You don't want no tracks showing when you laying your tracks down, because then it's a problem. So you guys, I'm about to go, but I will be back with part 2. Uno, dos, undo. Part 2. Love you guys. I hope you guys share this live video, because I'm going to do part 2 when I come back. Thank you.